Namathu Ratanatayasa. May I pay homage to Triple Zem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Good evening, everyone. So today is a Wednesday, the 8th of September. Now, after the evening chanting, as usual, this is a time for the practice of a meditation. And in a practice of a meditation, it is very important to go through the initial procedure, checking your body, your mind, your posture, and finding a comfortable and relaxed position, having an upright position, and leaving your all responsibilities aside, thinking that this is the moment to relax your body and the mind, and a moment to train ourselves. I often look at the cows next to our center. There are quite a number, probably over 40 cows are there. And observing those cows, I noticed their behavior that every morning they will be in a far distance, other side of the field. Very hard to see them. And as the day goes by, around in the afternoon time, they will come by nearer to the center. And they will stay around little late, around 4 or 5 o'clock, and then again gradually move. So there is a circle going on every single day, and all other cows are learning from it. So following one after another. From the small cows, now they have grown up so a lot. Before these cows came into the field was green and lots of grass. And now barely green grasses. So cows are constantly eating day and night. In a rotation, so rotating in those 3 fields. So as cows, they know that which way they are going to and which field they should be during which time. So it's been a routine. And it wasn't that routine when the first time then they were dropped off. It took some time. But after they gone into the routine, so they are rotating. We are also similar way. Our mind also like a wild. When we are not training it, when we are not taming it, it's just scattered all around, not knowing what to do, how to function, and how to deal with the situations. But experience teaches us, and training teaches us. So that's why we have to train our mind. And training our mind requires consistency and regularity, doing it again and again in the same routine. Now the difference between these cows and us would be that we can think, we can investigate, and we can ponder what's going on, what's happening, and our interaction with the other people, the situation, their conditions, our conditions are different. Whereas the cows that didn't have those thoughts and those thinkings, could be they have, but we don't know. But from observation, it appears they don't have. And cows are very hard to train, not like the horses that we can train for our benefit. So we can use the horse for our intended purposes. So training ourselves is like training a horse. So training our mind is like that. So we have to be conscious of our thoughts, our emotions, our desire, our hopes, and how are we training and what we want. So constantly going through with it, this training. And in the training process, it's not a withdrawing from the society, it's not a withdrawing from the responsibilities and the duties, but fulfilling your duties respectfully with the responsibility, without taking a full responsibility of every action, every responsibilities. And training our mind requires a thorough practice, and always thinking and pondering and reflecting every action that we take, every speech that we say, and every words that every thoughts that we are thinking. I often reflect to myself, and almost every day I'm reflecting to myself whenever I'm saying, whenever I'm doing something, or saying something, or even thinking. I try to be mindful as much as I can. Investigating so many things that I want it to be, but it doesn't happen in those situations. I watch my mind. What am I thinking? What my expectations are? What my hopes are? Disappointments, the jealousy, the anger, the hate, the resentment, and those emotions arises. In those moments I will just look at that, embrace it, and noticing them. In the meanwhile, there are certain things that I want it to be, but it doesn't happen. There's so many things that I like to do, but doesn't happen. So considering those, watching those thoughts, watching those emotions and feelings, and wisely reflecting on them. Why am I having those? So wisely reflecting every work that I do, every words that I'm saying. And sometimes it takes a long time to fully comprehend, another time it's just fascinating to know that how much a mind creates. And it's the beauty that the skills that I have learned from the meditation. There are moments I would like to shout. There are moments I would like to tell off. There are moments that I feel like I need to act. And again, I check myself, look at myself. and observing the thought process and investigating. And often I find that it's not worth. Somehow, sometimes I do feel that's necessary, and yet I feel that that's not necessary. Because it's just a time that I'm spending. I'm like an alien in this society. So I look at that minus, I-ness, then thought of belonging. And after wisely contemplating on that, I realized that, I'm just like a guest. I do my duty, I perform my responsibility. That's it. It's like renting a house. Not belongs to us, not belongs to me. Just look after it. And similarly, I look at my own body as well. That this body is like a renting house. I'm renting this body, and eventually I have to leave it and go. This body will not come with me. This body is simply a renting place, a house. That's why Buddha even said it's a cave where the mind resides. We have no control over it. We can't control. And eventually we have to leave. But as long as this body exists, inevitable that we have to deal with the society, deal with the people, deal with the situations, deal with the environment, so much. And yet, if we are wise enough and mindful enough and trying to be mindful of every action that we do, every speech that we speak, every thought that is going through our mind, trying to be mindful as much as we can. It's not for the others' benefit, but it's for our own sake of happiness and learning and training. So I try to be mindful of even little things. And I take it as an opportunity to train myself. Take it as an opportunity to shape shape myself. How much am I aware? How much am I mindful of those situations and things and conditions and my own thoughts and emotions? So every moment is a training. Every breath is a training. As you are sitting here, paying attention to the breath, each breath is different. Each breath is coming and going differently. And if you look at it closely, the breath, the entire breath, starts from going through the nostrils, going through the chest and the lungs, and ends with a belly, and then a belly coming out. So this is a circle going on. And it's a training to be mindful of that. And as we train ourselves to pay attention to this process, this breath, The subtle it becomes, the sharper the mind develops. And rather than following the entire breath, you will be focusing on one particular object as a foundation ground, as a place that you establish your awareness. A place developing, arousing the mindfulness. And that is the starting point, a place we train our mind, anchoring our mind and training it, taming. And this becomes the home base. And as we train with this home base, we become familiar with it. The home base becomes an anchor. Whatever situation comes, whichever situation are we in, the mind simply settles there, takes a refuge on it, and spends some time relaxing and observing, acknowledging, and see how relinquishing it, how freedom is there. And we realize that the situations and troubles or problems that we are caught up in is simpler because we engage with it. But here, rather than engagement, we was perceiving it and settling and resting on this primary object, the home base. And here, that is the place we develop our knowledge, develop our understanding. And understanding things as they truly are. Here comes the difference between the cows and us. So we can develop to see how much development has been done or developed in us. To see things as truly are. And that is the purpose of the practice of the meditation. So as you're sitting here and meditating, wherever you are, whether you are sitting on a couch, on a cushion, cross-legged, or your legs are hanging, in a garden, just observing as you are sitting and mindful of yourself. Continue mindful in this way. Whatever comes, just observe and make a mental note and let it be. Do not press too much. Do not expect, do not hold, let it be. Just know as it comes and as it goes. Doesn't matter which situation you are in, doesn't matter which emotion you are having, doesn't matter which mental state you are going through. It's a matter of awareness and knowing. And let it be. So with this reflection, continue practicing until you hear the gong. So attentively practicing, continuously practicing.